In this ZenWorks Service Desk version 8.3.1 video, we'll be discussing user sources and how to implement the AzureAD configuration for your users. So as we log in and go into the administrator console, we'll go to the User Sources tab under Setup. You'll basically select New. Then you have the mandatory fields that are presented here. Make sure you do the drop down for Azure Active Directory. Fill in all the mandatory fields, and also make sure you have the required Azure permissions for the users. Then when you check import groups, make sure you have the required Azure permissions for the groups as well. Those are granted in the Azure portal. Here's a configuration already set up. So as we look at the details, we can see that we have the name type, server URL, tenant ID, client ID, and client secret. We also have the Advanced tab, attribute mapping, along with the user groups. You can configure some custom attributes to map. We've configured one here. For instance, job title set as custom, and then the job title attribute in Azure. Once you save it, integration would be enabled. You can see that we have 12 accounts after synced that came in. We can see the list of customers and the users that came in. And if you select one of the users, you can see the details of the user as well as the job title, custom mapping attribute from the Azure portal. After configuring it and testing the AzureAD configuration, you can then look at the alerts to see that the groups and users have been imported successfully. As well as if you look at the certificates, you can see the certificates by selecting the certificate button. This concludes the AzureAD configuration.